You thought the censorship was bad before? Now we have reports that people are having their ISP blocking access to VPN sites, which is the other shoe to drop that people were concerned about. Now we have proof from this Keith person who seems to be fairly reputable enough for people to give 5 million views to this post of spreading it around. My ISP has decided to block access to VPN sites. I'm so happy. Thanks for keeping me safe. I'm picking up your sarcasm. So we got this site can't be reached. This site can't be reached. This site can't be reached. They continue and say, this is so incredibly stupid. I wonder what they'll do if they figure out I work for a VPN company. Will they just cut off my internet? I'm not telling you guys what ISP I'm using for safety reasons. I'm not from the UK. This is such a stupid thing. Yes, it's easy to bypass this. That's not the point. The point is my ISP, your ISP, Internet Service Provider, shouldn't be blocking you from accessing VPN sites. Talk about overstepping your bounds way outside of your jurisdiction. The ISP has no right to be saying, yeah, you can't access that VPN site. The FYI, I posted this because it used to be able to go to those sites without any issues. Now it causes issues, and that is what's bad. It shouldn't be happening, and it's only with VPN specific sites. Here's another fun fact for you. I can access everything Proton has to offer except the VPN. Once again, bypassing this is easy. Some of you are missing the point. And he said, it's not just the websites, and shares a screenshot of the Proton VPN. Wait, this is genuinely insane. How is this not just censorship? And they said, it is. It is genuinely just censorship. And this guy said it literally isn't, which how could you even take the standpoint of this not being censorship? If an ISP, an internet service provider, is blocking your access to a VPN, that is head slamming on the table with some of these people. I wonder, like, that looks like a bot with the name and the numbers after it. And I'm like, are the ISP providers or the WEF out here paying for bots to try to push back? Because no human being would say that. And that certainly looked like a bot account. Also, Tor is blocked because why not, right? And Keith said, switch back to ISP's DNS. By the way, to resolve this issue, you can use Mulvad DNS and showcases it here. And they said, I am not from the UK. If you're going to community note something, at least be right about it. No VPN websites are blocked in the UK. VPNs are currently topping download charts in the UK. Someone's trying to community note it, and they're saying they're not in the UK. This is something that is curious that we have during what's going on in the UK. Someone saying they're not in the UK, that their internet service provider is still blocking access to the VPN, which never, ever, ever can be a thing to ever even happen. And that's pretty much the end of it. They go on just replying to a bunch of people. Said, I'm placing bets on Australia. Where are you from? I wish they did say where they are, because that is pretty important. I don't think that would give away much. I don't know what they're so afraid of to say what country they are in. I feel like that's pretty important. But regardless, the fact that this happened is very, very scary. And then I wanted to follow up with a related situation, which is the lawyers that are pushing forward against the UK, following up on their lawsuit against the Online Safety Act with the Ofcom. And this is Preston Byrne, the lawyer alongside my lawyer, Ron Coleman, that are working together to sue Ofcom, the Communications Bureau of the UK. He says, to be abundantly clear about my objectives, it is to make enforcement of the Online Safety Act and the EU Digital Services Act forever impossible in the United States. They're not enforceable now, of course, as a matter of domestic law, but it's time to make the precedents. If you're wondering what activated me, last Friday, a client's UK IP block went down for like 48 hours. Ofcom was stalking the site so closely that they immediately hit the site with a demand. I decided at that moment the line has been crossed. Enough of this shit. Good lesson for Europe. If they ever see a burn and storm email address in their inboxes, it means you're very close to the line. And you want to see where the line is? Let me show you, because someone tried to order a pizza in the UK, and they ran into a little bit of an issue. Pirate Nation on X says you need to present ID to order pizza in the UK now. And no, we are not joking. Now, when you order a pizza, you need to show the pizza delivery guy who you are for them to hand you the pizza. Oi, you got your pizza license, do you? So when Jay Viper brought this up on his stream, he was like, this is why you can't allow children to tell you what gender they are. But this also goes to the point of what we were just talking about with the peak clown world from Sergeant Sapient. When kids are treated like adults and adults are treated like children, it reminded me of this. This says, kid choosing Oreos over $10,000.
Have $10,000 cash, or wait a minute, this 2 out of the box Oreo cookies. Huh? Are you sure? That's $10,000 cash. Do you want the Oreo cookies? Are you sure? Okay, go ahead.
So tell me, little Timmy, what gender are you? Okay, I'll believe you, because you know what's best for you at whatever age you are. Oh, man. Shout out again to Jay Viper. Absolute legend. Wandering Slacker for the 5-bagger. My daughter's school has to ask my permission for Tylenol, but she can choose her gender. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You must be in California too. That's all I can think.